Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we bring you the latest and greatest in tech every single week. Now, today is a huge day. We are finally talking about the phone that everyone has been waiting for, the brand new Samsung Galaxy S26. This thing just dropped, and I have been using it non-stop to bring you everything you need to know. Is this the best Android phone of the year? Does it deserve your hard-earned money? Stick around because we are going to cover absolutely everything in this review. From the design to the display, from the performance to the camera. And yes, we will even talk about whether you should upgrade from your current phone. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's dive right into this massive review of the Samsung Galaxy S26. Let's start with the first thing you notice when you pick up this phone, and that is the design and build quality. Samsung has really outdone themselves this time around. The moment you hold the Galaxy S26, you can feel the premium materials in your hand. They have moved to a new titanium armor frame this year, which not only looks stunning, but also feels incredibly solid. It's lighter than the previous generation, which is something a lot of people asked for, but it does not feel cheap at all. Actually, it feels even more durable. The edges have been slightly flattened, making it easier to grip without a case, which is a nice touch for anyone who prefers the naked phone experience. Now, let's talk about the colors, because Samsung always brings something interesting to the table. We have the classic Phantom Black, for those who like understated elegance, the soft cream option for a more subtle look, and this year's exclusive titanium violet that actually shifts color depending on how the light hits it. It is absolutely gorgeous in person. One thing I really appreciate is that the back panel is now more fingerprint resistant. We all know how annoying it is to constantly wipe your phone, and Samsung has addressed that concern. The camera bump is still there, but it's been refined to sit slightly flusher with the back, so the phone does not wobble when you place it on a table. Overall, the build quality is top-notch, and Samsung has proven once again that they know how to make a flagship that feels worth every penny. Now, let's move on to something that really matters to almost everyone, and that is the display. The Galaxy S26 comes with a stunning 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X panel, and let me tell you, it is a sight to behold. The colors are vibrant without being oversaturated, the blacks are deep and true, and the overall viewing experience is just phenomenal. But here is where things get really interesting. Samsung has pushed the peak brightness to an incredible 3000 nits this year. What does that mean for you? It means you can use this phone outdoors in direct sunlight without any issues. I took this phone outside on a bright day, and I could see everything on the screen perfectly without having to squint or find shade. That is a game changer for anyone who uses their phone outside frequently. The bezels around the display are practically non-existent now, giving you an almost edge-to-edge experience that feels like you are holding pure glass. It's immersive, it's beautiful, and it makes watching videos or playing games an absolute treat. The display also supports an adaptive refresh rate that goes from 1 Hz all the way up to 120 Hz. This is powered by LTPO technology, which means the phone automatically adjusts the refresh rate based on what you are doing. If you are reading an article or looking at a static image, it drops down to save battery. If you are scrolling through social media or playing a game, it ramps up to 120 Hz for that buttery smooth experience. You do not have to think about it, the phone handles it all automatically. And let's not forget about protection. The Galaxy S26 comes with the new Gorilla Glass armor, which offers improved scratch resistance compared to previous generations. I am not saying you should test it intentionally, but it's nice to know that your screen is better protected against everyday wear and tear. The display on the Galaxy S26 is, without a doubt, one of the best you will find on any smartphone today. Alright, let's talk about what's powering this beast, because performance is where the Galaxy S26 really shines. Under the hood, depending on your region, you are getting either the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 or the Exynos 2600 chipset. Both of these processors are absolute monsters, and the performance difference between them is minimal at this point. I have been using the Snapdragon version for this review, and I can confidently say that this phone handles everything I throw at it without breaking a sweat. Whether I am multitasking between dozens of apps, editing videos on the go, or playing demanding games, the Galaxy S26 does not stutter or lag. It is just smooth, fast, and responsive. I ran all the standard benchmark tests, and the scores are insane. But we all know that benchmarks do not tell the whole story. So let's talk about real-world performance. I spent hours playing graphically intensive games like Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile, and the experience was flawless. The game loaded quickly, the graphics were maxed out, and the frame rates stayed consistent throughout. But here is the most impressive part. The phone did not get hot. Samsung has implemented a new vapor cooling chamber this year, and it is doing an excellent job of keeping temperatures in check. Even after extended gaming sessions, the phone stayed cool to the touch. That is a huge improvement over previous generations, and it shows that Samsung is listening to feedback from users. The RAM options start at 12 GB and go up to 16 GB on the higher-end models, which is more than enough for anyone. You can keep dozens of apps open in the background, and they will stay there without being killed by the system. Storage starts at 256 GB and goes up to 1 TB, so you have plenty of space for all your photos, videos and apps. Overall, the performance of the Galaxy S26 is flagship level in every way, and it will easily handle anything you need for the next several years. Now, let's dive into the software experience because hardware is only half the story. The Galaxy S26 launches with One UI 8 based on Android 16, and Samsung has made some really nice improvements this year. The interface is clean, intuitive, and fast. Navigation feels snappy, animations are smooth, and everything just works the way you expect it to. But the real star of the show here is Galaxy AI20. Samsung has taken their artificial intelligence features to the next level, and they are actually useful in everyday situations. Let me give you some examples. You can now summarize long emails or articles with a single tap, which saves you so much time when you are busy. The real-time call translation feature has been improved with less latency, so you can have conversations with people who speak different languages without any awkward pauses. The photo editing AI is where things get really interesting. You can remove objects from your photos, and the AI will fill in the background seamlessly. I tested this multiple times, and honestly, you cannot even tell that someone or something was removed from the picture. It is that good. There is also a new AI-powered note-taking feature that can organize your thoughts, and even suggest action items based on what you write. It feels like having a personal assistant right in your pocket. Samsung has also committed to 7 years of software updates, which means your phone will stay secure and up to date for a very long time. That is something not many manufacturers offer, and it shows that Samsung is thinking about the long-term value of their devices. The software experience on the Galaxy S26 is polished, feature-rich, and genuinely helpful in ways that go beyond gimmicks. Let's get to the part that most of you have been waiting for, and that is the camera system. The Galaxy S26 comes with a completely revamped camera setup, and Samsung is making some bold claims about what it can do. On the back you have a 200-megapixel main sensor, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide lens, and a 50-megapixel telephoto lens with improved zoom capabilities. Now, I know what you are thinking. Megapixels do not always equal better photos, and you are absolutely right. But Samsung has not just increased the numbers, they have improved the entire imaging pipeline. The main sensor captures an incredible amount of detail, and the colors are accurate without being oversaturated. I took hundreds of photos in different lighting conditions, and the consistency is what really impressed me. Every photo looked great, whether I was shooting in bright daylight or challenging low-light situations. Speaking of low light, the night mode on the Galaxy S26 is almost instant. You do not have to hold your phone steady for several seconds anymore. Just point and shoot, and the phone handles the rest. The shadows are detailed, the highlights are controlled, and the overall image quality is outstanding. The ultra-wide lens is perfect for landscapes and group shots, and the distortion at the edges is minimal. The telephoto lens now offers better zoom quality, and you can get usable shots even at higher zoom levels. I took some photos of buildings from far away, and the detail was still impressive. Now, let's talk about video because that is where a lot of people are paying attention these days. The Galaxy S26 supports 8K video recording at 30 frames per second, but honestly, you will probably stick with 4K at 60 frames per second for most situations. The stabilization is cinematic, and you can walk around while recording without worrying about shaky footage. The front-facing camera has also been upgraded to 40 megapixels, and selfies have never looked better. The skin tones are accurate, the detail is sharp, and the portrait mode creates a natural bokeh effect. Overall, the camera system on the Galaxy S26 is one of the best you will find on any smartphone, and it will satisfy both casual users and photography enthusiasts. Let's talk about battery life and charging, because these are crucial factors for anyone considering a new phone. The Galaxy S26 comes with a 5000 mAh battery, which is the same capacity as the previous generation, but the efficiency has been improved thanks to the new processor and software optimizations. In my testing, I used this phone heavily throughout the day. I was scrolling through social media, watching videos, taking photos, playing games, and making calls. By the end of the day, I still had about 25% battery left. That is with heavy use, mind you. If you are a more moderate user, you could easily stretch this to a day and a half on a single charge. The standby time is also excellent. I left the phone overnight without using it, and it only lost about 2% of battery, which shows that the power management is working well. Now, let's talk about charging speeds. Samsung has finally increased the wired charging speed to 45 watts this year. It is not the fastest you will find on the market, especially compared to some Chinese brands, but it is safe, reliable, and gets the job done. You can charge the phone from 0 to 50% in about 20 minutes, and a full charge takes just under an hour. For most people, that is more than enough, especially if you charge your phone overnight or during short breaks throughout the day. Wireless charging is still available at 15 watts, which is perfect for overnight charging or keeping your phone topped up on a wireless charging pad at your desk. There is also reverse wireless charging, which allows you to charge other devices like earbuds or smartwatches by placing them on the back of your phone. It is a nice feature to have in a pinch. Overall, the battery life and charging capabilities of the Galaxy S26 are solid, and you will not have to worry about running out of power during your day. Now, let's cover some of the special features that set the Galaxy S26 apart from the competition. First up is the fingerprint sensor. Samsung has improved the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner this year, and it is noticeably faster than before. It unlocks instantly, even if your finger is wet or dirty, which is a huge improvement over optical sensors. Face unlock is also available, but it is not as secure as the fingerprint sensor, so I recommend using the fingerprint for most situations. The phone also comes with IP68 water and dust resistance, which means you do not have to worry about accidental spills or rain. I am not saying you should submerge it intentionally, but it is nice to know that your phone can handle some exposure to water without getting damaged. Another feature that deserves mention is the improved satellite connectivity for emergency SOS. This is available in more regions this year, and it allows you to send emergency messages even when you do not have cellular coverage. It is a feature you hope you never need, but it is great to have peace of mind knowing it is there. The stereo speakers have also been improved, and they sound louder and clearer than before. Watching videos or listening to music without headphones is actually enjoyable now. Samsung DeX is still available, which allows you to connect your phone to a monitor and use it like a desktop computer. It is a fantastic feature for productivity, and it works seamlessly with a keyboard and mouse. There is also support for the S Pen on the Ultra model, which is perfect for anyone who likes to take notes or draw on their phone. These special features may not be the main reason you buy the phone, but they add significant value to the overall package. Let's talk about price and availability, because that is what ultimately determines whether you will buy this phone or not. The Samsung Galaxy S26 starts at $799 for the base model with 256 GB of storage. If you want more storage or more RAM, the price goes up from there. The Ultra model starts at $1,199, which is a significant investment, but you are getting a lot of phone for that price. Now, I know some of you are thinking that this is a price increase compared to last year, and you are right. Samsung has increased the price by about $50 across the board. Is it justified? Well, that depends on how you look at it. You are getting better materials, improved performance, a better camera system, and longer software support. If you plan to keep this phone for several years, the price increase is spread out over time, and it becomes less significant. Pre-orders for the Galaxy S26 started today, and the phone will ship globally next week. Samsung is also offering some pre-order bonuses, including trade-in deals and free storage upgrades for early buyers. If you are planning to buy this phone, I recommend taking advantage of those offers, because they can save you a decent amount of money. The Galaxy S26 will be available through all major carriers and retailers, so you should have no trouble finding it. Overall, the price is competitive for a flagship phone, and Samsung is offering good value for what you are getting. Now, let's break down the pros and cons of the Galaxy S26 so you can make an informed decision. Starting with the pros, the display is absolutely stunning and one of the best you will find on any smartphone. The performance is flagship level, and the phone handles everything without any lag or stuttering. The camera system is versatile and produces excellent photos in all lighting conditions. The battery life is solid, and you will easily get through a full day of heavy use. The build quality is premium, and the phone feels great in the hand. The software is polished, and the AI features are actually useful in everyday situations. Samsung has also committed to 7 years of software updates, which is fantastic for long-term value. Now, let's talk about the cons. The charging speed is still behind some competitors, especially Chinese brands that offer 100 watts or more. The price has increased compared to last year, which may be a deal-breaker for some people. There is no charger included in the box, so you will have to buy one separately if you do not already have a compatible charger. The phone is also quite large, which may not be comfortable for everyone, especially those with smaller hands. These are the main drawbacks, but they are relatively minor compared to the overall package. Every phone has compromises, and the Galaxy S26 has fewer than most. So, here is the final verdict. Who should buy the Samsung Galaxy S26? If you are currently using an S21 or older, this is a massive upgrade. You will notice improvements in every single area, from the display to the camera to the performance. The phone will feel faster, smoother, and more capable in every way. If you have an S22 or S23, you might want to consider whether the upgrade is worth it for you. You will get some improvements, but they may not be as noticeable unless you really care about having the latest features. If you have an S24 or S25, I would recommend skipping this generation and waiting for the next one. The improvements are incremental, and you will not get enough value from upgrading so soon. The Galaxy S26 is the complete package for anyone who wants a flagship Android phone. It excels in every category, and it will serve you well for several years. Samsung has proven once again that they are leaders in the Android space, and the Galaxy S26 is a testament to that. It is not just a phone, it is a statement that Samsung is committed to innovation and quality. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Galaxy S26? Is the price worth it, or do you think Samsung should have kept it the same as last year? Are you planning to upgrade, or are you sticking with your current phone? Let me know in the comments below, because I love reading your thoughts and having a conversation with all of you. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow, and it lets me know that you appreciate the content I am creating. And if you are new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss any of our upcoming videos. We have a deep dive camera test coming next week, where we will compare the Galaxy S26 against other flagship phones, and you do not want to miss that. We also have more tech reviews, tutorials, and news coming your way, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate each and every one of you who supports this channel. I will catch you in the next video. Until then, take care, and I will talk to you soon. Peace!